Hey everyone, welcome back to The Explainer. Let's just jump right in today because we are looking at a massive, and I mean literally a fundamental shift in how we actually get things done. We're breaking down the brand new Notion 3.6 update, and honestly, this kind of changes absolutely everything we know about productivity software. You know, for years now, we've treated our digital workspaces like highly organized filing cabinets, or let's be real, mostly disorganized junk drawers. But this update, it completely flips that entire concept on its head.
So I want you to really think about this for a second. What if your workspace actually did the work? Just imagine logging in, and instead of staring at a passive storage bin where you have to manually input every single detail, you're greeted by an active, autonomous teammate, a workspace that reads, writes, schedules, and even builds right alongside you. Well, that is exactly what Notion just unleashed.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the new era of Notion.
We are officially moving from Notion being a place you just put things to an engine that actually does things for you. And to really understand this shift, just look at how they're handling something we all struggle with, our inboxes. You might remember back in 2024, Notion acquired that email startup Skiff, which led to their standalone Notion Mail app. But in an incredibly bold move this June of 2026, Notion announced they're winding down that traditional inbox interface by September. Why? Well, because they realize that manually reading and sorting emails is just the old way of working. They're going all in on AI agents doing the heavy lifting.
As they put it perfectly in their own announcement, we completely transition to a model where agents manage your mail. And this just brilliantly illustrates how Notion is fundamentally changing software as we know it. It's no longer about manual input and clicking through a crowded inbox all day. It's about automated output. An agent handles the triage so you can just focus on making the actual decisions.
Moving right along to Section 2, Managing External AI Agents.
If the workspace is now your active teammate, Notion is basically positioning itself as the ultimate conductor of a digital orchestra. I mean, you know the old disjointed way of using AI, right? Bouncing between private, isolated chats and like 5 different browser tabs, copying and pasting from ChatGPT or Claude back into your work documents, and nobody else on your team can even see what the AI is doing. But the new Notion 3.6 reality? It brings external agents right into your shared workspace to collaborate completely out in the open. So the crucial point here is how this orchestration actually functions day to day. You can now bring external models like Claude and even coding agents like Cursor straight into a single user interface. You can literally assign them tasks directly from a shared team board. You just @mention these agents the exact same way you would tag a human coworker. It's wild. When Claude finishes drafting a brief, the whole team sees it. When Cursor updates a snippet of code, it's visible to absolutely everyone. This allows you to automate entire end-to-end workflows transparently.
As the release notes boldly declare, agents shouldn't be stuck in one-off chats, and that is really the core philosophy here. AI is no longer the solo, silo tool. It's a collaborative team member that works right where your team works.
Now let's dive into Section 3, Mastering Microsoft Office Files.
Okay, let's be totally honest for a second. Despite Notion's massive popularity and beautiful interface, a huge chunk of the corporate world still runs on Microsoft. Notion definitely recognized this friction. So in 3.6, Notion agents natively speak Microsoft. They can read, analyze, and, this is the big one, generate files in these standard corporate formats. We're talking PowerPoint presentations, Excel spreadsheets, Word documents, and PDFs. Notion is essentially acting as the ultimate corporate translator now. Think about how much time you're about to save with these practical workflows. You can take a standard text page in Notion, ask your agent, and boom, it turns it into a polished PowerPoint file. You can take a complex Notion database and have the agent spin it out into an Excel model. Or, say someone drops a pile of dense PDFs onto your desk. Your agent can read all of them and summarize them into one clean Word doc. It literally eliminates hours of manual, mind-numbing formatting. And I absolutely love this official quote from the release. Your legal and finance teams will thank you. It really grounds this highly technical feature in pure human relief, you know? Bridging the gap between a modern workspace and legacy Microsoft systems reduces massive organizational friction. Nobody wants to spend their Friday afternoon reformatting a wiki page into a slide deck, especially not your finance team for sure.
All right, Section 4, Automating Outlook and Scheduling.
So we've covered document generation, but what about communication? Well, Notion 3.6 integrates directly with Outlook to essentially become your virtual executive assistant.
Here is the autopilot workflow step by step. Step 1, your Notion agent connects to Outlook and triages your incoming email, figuring out what's actually important. Step 2, it drafts replies in your own personal voice. Step 3, it looks at your calendar to find open times. And finally, Step 4, it automatically handles all that tedious back and forth to actually schedule the meeting. This takes an entirely invisible, time-consuming process and just completely automates it in the background.
And you can interact with this right from the chat UI using simple conversational prompts. You can just casually ask your agent, hey, what's on my schedule today? Or say, move my meeting with Sandra to 1 p.m., and it just reaches right into your calendar and does it. You can even tell it to create a scheduling link for tomorrow between 2 to 5 p.m. It gives you ultimate command over your day without ever having to even open a calendar app.
Now, a quick heads up. All of this incredible custom agent power comes at a cost of $10 per 1,000 monthly Notion credits. It's important to note that this level of deep, autonomous workflow is a premium add-on, specifically available for business and enterprise tiers. So yeah, it's an investment. But for teams drowning in busy work, the ROI of having a virtual assistant for every single employee is pretty staggering when you think about it.
Bringing it home with Section 5, the autonomous workspace.
Let's pull all of these features together to see the big picture here. What Notion is doing is unifying a completely disjointed tech stack. You're managing top-tier external AI models, seamlessly bridging the gap with Microsoft Office, and putting your Outlook communications on total autopilot. And get this, with the brand new Notion Agents iOS app, you don't even have to be at your desk. You can capture an idea on a walk, assign it to Claude from your phone, and the work is literally done by the time you sit back down.
Ultimately, we really have to redefine what a workspace actually is in 2026. It's no longer a static canvas where you just type things. The Notion 3.6 workspace is a digital environment that actively orchestrates external AI, effortlessly generates standard business documents, and autonomously manages your communications. It is, for all intents and purposes, an active coworker.
Which leaves us with one final, very important question to wrap up this explainer. Are you ready to hire your workspace? Because the tools are no longer just waiting for your input, they're waiting for your instructions. I really hope this explainer helped you grasp just how game-changing the 3.6 update is, and I highly encourage you to look at your own daily workflows and ask yourself, what can I start delegating today?